very, very much. I'll explain the prop in a minute. It is relevant. This is a real honor for me, and perhaps the greatest honor in 9 years of legislative service. I really appreciate it. And one thing that makes it particularly special and meaningful to me is the name of the award, so aptly named for two people who have done a heroic job on this issue over the years, who have been tireless and passionate and savvy, and ultimately, and maybe most importantly, effective. They got it done. So I am so happy. I am so happy not only for myself to be honored with an award that bears their name, but I am happy for whoever in the future receives this award, because they'll be able to look down at that award and know that it was named for two true and enduring champions. So thank you to both of them. It's amazing what's happened over the last couple of years. And for those of you for whom this was your first foray into sort of political or issue advocacy, I'm telling you it's all downhill from here. Because I hate to break it to you, you've kind of been spoiled. Normally these kinds of initiatives, as these two battle-scarred legislators well know, in whatever other areas they champion, whether it's transportation or housing or others, they know that momentous change of this kind usually, and almost always, takes years, sometimes many years. And here, though it has taken years, of course, and there are many years and decades even of activism and fighting and education, in terms of the brief span of this constitutional amendment and marriage equality, we've seen a total boomerang and a total turnaround in a matter of a month. And that, I have to tell you, for those who are new to this, just really almost never, ever happens. But it happened here in Minnesota thanks to all of you and so many who aren't here today who contributed to this effort. Let me just describe why I'm bringing this up here. I think Ann knows where I'm going with this. Back in 2009 and 10, when I carried that bill that was mentioned in that generous introduction, that was so cruelly, I think, and prematurely and shamefully vetoed, it was only one of 515 areas in state law that we were trying to reverse. Just one, the wrongful death area. There are 514 others. Seemed very reasonable, seemed very incremental, seemed very fair, and seemed very just, but it was vetoed. And I remember standing outside one of the main committee rooms in the state office building, which is where the House meets, and I was standing with Ann, and I was standing with one of the lobbyists, Jill Sletton, and we were bemoaning the fact that we had endured this setback, and it was a setback. And a day like today, of course, seemed like ridiculous fantasy, that we would ever, let alone within 2 years, get to a day like this, and an achievement, and a set of achievements like this. And I remember we were all kind of having a hangdog look, and we were tempted to feel sorry for ourselves and for the cause. And I remember saying, specifically to Ann, you know what? We know where history's going. And I said, one day, we're going to be clinking champagne glasses. Reception. I am going to pour this, and when we do that, we're going to remember not only the immediate moment and the immediate afterglow of the tremendous victory on marriage equality, but we're going to remember the decades of work by the likes of Karen Clark, by the likes of Scott Dibble, and even those before them that made days like today and times like this possible. So I hope that all of us in some way, whether it's by champagne or some other way, can celebrate, but not lose sight of the fact that Project 515 and Minnesotans United and other groups out front Minnesota and others are pushing ahead even further. We're not done yet. As Jake said, we're not at the finish line yet, but we can rightly celebrate all that we've accomplished. So thank you so much for this tremendous honor. It's truly meaningful.